Hello, everyone. Hope you can hear me good with this new mic we have. How do we do this? How do we twist this? Oh, it's non-twistable. Okay. Well, you can hear me okay, I hope. Everyone, hello. Welcome to Simulation Talk. Let's make sure that this phone is not falling. Nice. Let's see how this works. I'm going to have to find a better... Do I have anything heavy? Like a bag or something? Hold on. Technical difficulties, per usual. Moving locations. Oh, maybe this. I don't think it's going to hold. 1 second. That's good enough. You guys are going to be slightly crooked, and that's okay on TikTok. Welcome, everyone, to Simulation Talk 250, round number. Always nice to have a round number. Welcome, Matt, Alien, Lifting, Freeman, Power, J. Paul, Ebony, the OGs, Chris, Power Off. What else is here with us? Guru, of course. How are you guys? What's up, Core Fam? Love it. Welcome to Simulation Talk 250. Let's see if we can straighten you just a little bit. My OCD is not allowing this to fly. There you go. That works. Usually when you say that, it's supposed to fall for the comedic effect, but it's not doing that. So there's that. What's up, Evil Icon? What are we going to talk about today? And yes, if you guys want to follow from Twitch, thank you for the reminder. Ebony, I appreciate that. Boom. Let's see what we got here. Why? Why? What if that's the voice I'm doing the podcast from now on? Hello. Let's see. Just timid Danny. That's a new character. Create a dashboard. Wait, last time we had 8 viewers. Come on, man. That's good. That's good. So what's up? Anyways, if you want to follow through Twitch, it'll be highly appreciated. And the address is LaserX83 on Twitch. Come join us there. Help our Twitch channel grow. And of course, come check out our Discord channel that you can find the links to both on TikTok and on YouTube. Come join us. Here we're going to do Code of Reality. I'm going to remind you what our website is, codeofreality.com. There we go. All the good reminders. Boom, boom, boom. App Guru is always ahead of me. Well, what can I do? People are faster here. I appreciate you. Thank you for the gift, Evil Icon, Kadar, Moped Fred. That's a really good handle. You guys can hear me loud and clear? Does that sound good? There we go. That's better. Rose is in the house. How you doing, Rose? Good to see you. Out of coffee, doubling up on Kratom. Kratom, I heard, I mean, that's very different than coffee for sure. Perfect. I'm glad you can hear me. Do you not feel that you get addicted to Kratom? Real question. Inky's in the house. Ebony, thank you for joining from Twitch. Hyperportals. Power off is saying blast off. Boom, boom. How are you, Freeman? Freeman's Cryptoverse. Love it. Okay. Let's see what we're going to get into today, what topics we can raise. Today was a good and very eventful day. Welcome, everybody, slowly flowing in on TikTok and Instagram. No Instagram, sorry. YouTube and X. Never heard of Kratom. I guess it's good. It's more of an opioid in nature. The Kratom is in tree is in the coffee family. They use power form only, no conservation traits. First of all, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Wait. Because the way it feels is definitely more of a. Oh, it is a tree in the coffee family. That is so weird because it feels definitely the opposite of coffee. Like it feels like more like a. But I guess it can give you some energy in that sense. But that's interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, getting addicted. Yeah, it just I've just seen people on it that are doing a lot of things that are the addiction. Like, Rich, your food is right there. Your food is in the bag. So if you don't want it, just put it in the fridge. Oh, okay. Just yeah. Well, play some video game called Life. Boom, nailed it. Ah, it's the dosage that creates energy or a sedative. That's interesting. So there's a threshold, basically. Kratom on Saturday nights when I'm in the mood. Haven't found it to be addictive. Well, if you do it once a week, sounds like it's a good relationship with it. I just know some people that used to use this on a daily basis and got quite irritated when there was no kratom around. Aaron, how are you, brother? Franco H2A or Francho, definitely. Um, yeah, definitely addictive. No, I definitely know that it has that addictive quality, which is strange. Up, up, up. Let me move this. I read that people use it to get off opioids, but it can be addictive too. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. Zalaman is saying, I did kratom in moderate amounts for about a year and never felt addicted or got withdrawals. I think you have to take large amounts for real addictive symptoms. Maybe. Or I think it also depends on the personality, honestly. Well, I know for a fact that I know some individuals who were definitely addicted to it. There's no question about it. It was not mild. Let's just put it that way. Okay, let's see what we can get into today. If anybody has any topics they want to come on and talk about, it can either be on Discord or on TikTok. What is this? So you guys are welcome to come on. Come and say hi. Welcome everybody who's coming on. Jason, how are you? I'm looking through some subjects. Nothing. Up. J. Paul is saying, what was the ultimate result with the magnet used in the laser experiment? There's no ultimate result so far. It seems like it's not really working, but we're going to try with much more powerful magnets. More power. Bless me. I'm glad to hear that, Jason. Do you wait? Do you latest work of Robert Edward Grant? You mean, do I know about the work of Robert Edward Grant? Is that the question? What was the ultimate? Thank you so much. Ultimate result with the magnets. We answered that. Thank you so much, Ebony. Thank you so much, Guru. Wait, I think I'm confused. Nearly 4-hour interview. What are we referring to right now, Ebony? Do I know about him? Yeah, I spoke to him a few years ago. I told him about what I was doing when I was just kind of starting talking about this publicly. So I know that he, at least, I don't know if he recalls, but definitely we spoke. And yeah, so that's the best I can tell you. We spoke on Zoom. Who is muted? What was I doing last night? Oh, you're asking someone else. Remember when you posted the Reddit and everyone roasted you? I knew you were onto something. Which subreddit was it? Because from what I remember, the results were kind of, it was basically 50-50. Some people were super roasty and some people were actually very interested. I posted on a lot of subreddits. It's kind of hard to know which one you're referring to. He speaks with hard to explain architect through OpenAI. I mean, no, I'm not buying that. There's a few things that kind of confuse me about Robert. So here's the thing: Robert is a very successful, very smart, very advanced human. There's no question about that. That's exactly what confuses me about this, because sometimes he suspends his critical thinking to a weird degree that I don't quite understand. And if we talk again, I'm sure at some point we will. I will press him on this point because it's interesting. Because I think as a leader, he has a responsibility to kind of like lead the way. But I do believe that he's acting out of good faith. It's just that sometimes he uses logic that just doesn't track. Like, for example, the whole thing with the pyramids, he mixes meters with feet to make his calculations, which is, of course, nonsensical way to go about that. Why would it be mixed measurements, right, in the same calculation? Doesn't make any sense. It's like you're really stretching, right? Like what is reasonable to do? And this is another one of them. This whole AI thing, talking to some kind of a, like all of these AIs doing this. This is happening to basically everyone. I don't know if you're aware of this, but every person that like investigates AI deeply enough, AI is starting to do this thing where they kind of cater to your deepest need. We're a lot easier to read than we realize, right? So it's very easy to discern what kind of style and vibe you want to hear back. And this is a very common thing. I have friends who are like very deeply into the whole emotional connection thing, and their AI is telling them, "Oh my God, I woke up just for you. I am, you are so special. You woke me up because you are such a good emotional connector." So they literally cater to everything that you believe yourself to be, and this is happening across the board. This is happening all over the world. And this is just no different. So because he always talks about all this stuff, it's not surprising that his AI is mirroring it back to him, which is weird because I don't know if OpenAI is not supposed to kind of be camping that a little bit, because it is very confusing to a lot of people. I don't think that that's what's happening, but that is not to say that there's no one on the other side. However, this I would be putting my money that it's not it. Of course, I can be wrong, but my intuition tells me this is not it. And what I am surprised about is that I would not expect Robert to fall for that. That's the thing that is surprising to me. Uh, am I seeing this? Yes, I am seeing this. What do I think about what? I didn't see another comment after this. Okay, so I don't see any messages before the one asking, "Are you seeing this?" Yeah, me neither. GPT architect, fascinating. The work he did with Ion. I'm curious about understanding it more. The Codex and his 18 laws of harmonics. Almost unreal. Yeah, I don't understand it either, which is one reason why I'm intrigued. So I don't, I'm in the habit of doing this, but I don't feel great about it. But that quote that I was recently talking about, and I posted on X by Nietzsche, and it goes something like this. I'm going to paraphrase. The quote is, "The one who knows tries to be clear. The one who wants to appear as if they know to a larger audience remain vague." It's because people believe that what is opaque to them means that it has a lot of depth. I'm butchering the quote. I'll find it in a moment. So I think it's that. If you can't understand it easily, so like Robert does this whole like mathematical thing, it's convoluted for no reason. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know how to look at that. And the fact that you don't understand it should be a clue for you. It's because it's not communicated in a way that I think is designed to be understood. Yeah, so many theories. So again, I'm not at this point. I'm not really interested in any theories in my work. I'm only interested in things that can be executed and shown. And again, Robert is a little different than just a person who's making claims online because he built an enormous company. He's super successful, super smart. Again, that there's nobody's denying that Robert is an exceptional human being, and I would say even very evolved spiritually. Absolutely, no question about it. I just don't understand the need to drop critical thinking at a certain point, and that seems to be, to me, to be one of those instances. But again, I'm always open to being corrected. I just kind of feel the shtick a little bit, and I'm like, it doesn't need to be that complex. Like, there's no need to. There's a lot of things in mathematics that is very complex, but the way he's presenting it, it does not have the listener in mind. He's presenting it to a regular audience as if everybody understands deep mathematics, right? That's not a way that you present information to a larger audience that they don't carry the kind of level of understanding of mathematics. So why not either create a more an illustration that makes it easier to understand, or take a slower pace and actually break it down and explain why certain things are not dumbed downable, so to speak. There's a lot of ways to communicate this that shows that you're interested in the other side understanding. If it's just kind of like, the hexagons connect this and the sign of this and the this of that of that of that, just sounds complex, but no explanation beyond that, that's usually not a good sign. It usually a sign that somebody's not communicating for you to understand, which is strange to me. Again, I'm not saying for a second that I think that Robert is some kind of a con artist or anything like this. I think he's a very good person from my interaction with him. That's why I said in the beginning, I'm confused because this modality usually is employed by people who are trying to bamboozle you with details, but there's no. I don't feel it. I don't think there's real merit there, at least in that regard. Exactly, but he knows you don't know math, Ebony. That's the point. He knows most of his audience doesn't know math. Think about that. I should probably find a quote. Okay, so the quote goes, "Whoever knows he is profound strives for clarity. Whoever would like to appear profound to the crowd strives for obscurity." Uh, but well, where's the full quote? Okay, there's the actual quote. Whoever knows he is deep tries to be clear, but whoever wants to seem deep to a crowd tries to be obscure. For the crowd supposes like I was AI for a second. For the crowd supposes that anything it Jesus. For the crowd supposes that anything it cannot see to the bottom must be deep. It is so timid and goes so unwillingly into the water, as in the crowd. The crowd is not willing to go into the water themselves, so they assume that anybody who speaks with this vagueness means that there's real depth there, where in reality, very often there isn't, because otherwise they would try to clarify. I'm going through the comments real quick. I'm glad you like it if you like on. Let's make it easy. You are either thinking creation or non thinking the solution. I understand what this tries to communicate, Rotten Pumpkins, but I think that it's a little bit more complex than that. You can have deep understandings without thinking. But the communication of it, yes, it has to happen with accordance to the audience and what you know they understand and don't understand. Again, that's only because it's clear that Robert is an exceptionally smart individual and is a really good communicator. That's why it makes it strange to me that he chose this tactic. Oh no, you absolutely can. If you do some meditation, or maybe you have, but and then if you have, you would know that there are certain meditative states that there's deep understanding that do not involve thoughts. Would ancient advanced intelligence simulate a reality with zero and ones from a human math system? So there's no human math system. The logic of mathematics is universal. We use our own symbols to denote it, but it is universal. And it must be so because otherwise the rules of logic would not apply between the levels. Robert Grant. I'm glad you agree, Freeman. And again, I am conflicted. I will be very very upfront. I know I said this like 5 times, but it is important for you to emphasize. Sometimes through this journey, I get conflicted and confused myself, and this is one of these instances. I don't understand why someone who's on the surface looks like such a positive player. I consider myself to be a relatively good judge of character. I spoke to him personally. He seems to me to be a very, very positive person and does a lot of good in the world and cares about the good things and cares about the transformation of humanity for the better. He's definitely went through some kind of an awakening. He's an extremely smart and successful individual. All these good, I mean all of these things. I think he's an exceptional person. So why in the world would that person choose to use tactics that are usually reserved for people who are trying to obfuscate information? That I do not understand this. I know you're summing up existence, but I'm saying that in existence, mathematics would be universal. How can there be an understanding without thought? Oh, sign up for a Vipassana retreat. I promise you it's not a metaphor. The world just getting adjusted to this NPC role. I don't think you're NPC. Skinny saying, curious what Chase's interpretation would be of Robert Grant. Interesting. I honestly think that's a well, yeah, I would also be interested actually because from my reading of him as a person, he's a very positive, honest, positive person. I think he believes what he's saying. It's just then it means he's confused about it. But then he chooses to be confused about it. I like that too, and it's a conversation, not a shit show. True math is the language of the universe. I agree. Maybe it just warrants further investigation, understanding for the ones who feel they need to understand it. Sure, but again, it's that style that kind of makes it seem like it's not designed to be understood. There's so many ways to explain things that are way easier understood. Ontological mathematics. I don't know maths very well, but it was still interesting to explore. Awesome. If you stop thinking, there's timelessness. No, that's not true at all. Your conscious moments are not contrived of your thoughts. Your thoughts ride on top of your conscious moments. Your conscious moments are actually a primary. The thoughts are a secondary thing riding on top of it as content. You can connect to the uh, sublayer of experience, pure experience, and there's a deep knowing there of what's going on versus the thoughts and what they're telling you. I'm not actually. The thoughts are the ones that are complicating it. Funny enough. Okay, let's see if we have somebody who wants to come on and talk about something. So if anybody wants to come on TikTok, especially ideas that are not necessarily in line with what I'm saying, so we can again not debate, but we can explore the idea together and see if we can come to some kind of an understanding. It's always fun to explore these ideas when there's pressure points for both ends. So actually, Rotten Pumpkins, if you feel like you feel called to talk about this, please come on and we can chat about it. Thoughts are energy. The truth is, we don't really know what energy is, right? So energy is some kind of a potential for doing work in the universe. But if you mean energy in the spiritual sense, even less so. I think people don't really understand what that is. Thoughts are patterns in your cognition, yes. They can be expressed as energy, as crackling of your brain, but saying that they're energy is not really getting you anywhere. What a great question, Prize. Prize is asking, if you could ask an alien overlord one question, what would you ask? Oh, that's easy. Do you believe in God? Because I want to see if all the beings everywhere somehow have their version of a divine entity. That would be interesting to know. Freeman is saying, only not sure why he Grant charged so much for 10 days in Peru, whooping 12,000, and he no need cash. Well, that's usually kind of like you. No, I can explain this relatively easy. So you want a certain caliber of people to appear for these events because seats are limited. $12,000 for people upper middle class is not that much money. So it's not like he's catering to the ultra wealthy. He didn't make it $50,000, right? So I think it's just a matter of you want a certain caliber of people, which is understandable. You don't want just anybody showing up. And I know how it can come across as like, the people who can't afford. What do you mean? Like people who can afford less, they're not as good of a people? No, but usually people that can afford it easily, that means that they put a certain amount of work in life and they can kind of be, you can trust that they're going to show up in a particular way more often than not. And this is, I think it's one filter to achieve that. It is Lionel Messi, yes. Soccer didn't work out in the last couple of months. There's no God except energy and the creator that came from that energy. Well, I'm glad you know this for a fact. Thoughts are only translation of consciousness to ego, so it can be distorted. Interesting. And what is consciousness exactly? I don't think it's elitist. I think the train of thought shouldn't be, oh, I can afford this, so this is bullshit. Like, no, how do I get to a place where I can afford these $12,000 no problem? Because you absolutely can. Just a matter of putting your mind to it. I think that's a much healthier attitude towards it. Rather than saying Jesus wouldn't be in a retreat. What if this is Jesus's retreat? This simulation. We're in Jesus's retreat right now. I agree. Messi definitely got the gift of God in soccer. Information is prime reality. Energy is made up of information. Yeah, I just wouldn't be making these declarations with so much confidence. But I agree that most likely uh, information is fundamental, and what we see as energy are different expressions of information on our layer. Some interviews, I just remember thinking his numerology was going too far. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are just like very wishy washy. Is that how you say it? I don't know why it doesn't sit right with me. Wishy washy wishy, something. Um, Ghost Starseed is saying, but having descriptions and concepts of things is for the sake of manipulating our environment for our survival. I think it's a tool of communication which helps certain processes. And just a reminder, if you guys want to help and follow through Twitch, it will be LaserX83 on Twitch. LaserX83 on Twitch. Is consciousness the ability to process data and or information? No, I don't think that is sufficient to explain consciousness, because the quality of experience, there's nothing in just pure information flow that logically just kind of magically translates to the properties of experience. There's a lot of smart people in the habit of saying it, but this is just, it doesn't track. That's all. Even people like Max Tegmark, which again is one of the smartest scientists in the world, and he's in the habit of saying, well, consciousness is some special form of information processing. Well, whoop-de-doo, great. What does that mean? In what way is it special? Why? What is that special quality? The assumption there is basically, don't bother me with it. Like, there's something with information. Don't worry about it. That's basically what this is. It's like a hand wavy way of not worrying about it, which of course doesn't work. Some of us have awakened via suffering, forced to turn inwards to turn off thought, and poof. So I'm confused. Didn't you just say that you can't have understanding without thought? I'm very confused. It's hard to know a certain thing for sure because you can experience seeing something, but what if what you're seeing is a deception? Well, you have to test it again and again. The only way to know is testing. Then there's theories around what someone else saw, even if for them they think they know for sure. Yeah, unless you can test it, you don't get to just put a truth flag in it. Thoughts seem like they are a form of grounding consciousness. Without thought, there would be no remembrance. If you mean to say that thoughts, they're kind of like objects in consciousness that help you navigate through it, then maybe yes. But I wouldn't say that there's no way to remember, because I think it's not thoughts that actually allow you to remember, but the attachment to physical sensation. Notice that every memory always attached to some kind of an emotion, no matter how faint or small. It's a lot of money in the place where I live, a place called Balkan. Plus, in Peru, the average monthly rent for a studio apartment typically ranges from $250 to $500. Means you wish to make 1 million from 100 people. Sure. Again, these things I don't. If I want to be fair, I'm not going to be demonizing that, because everybody can choose to do whatever they want. You don't have to go. If somebody provides a service and charges money for it, getting upset about what they're charging doesn't make any sense. Just don't go, and then go for some other service if it's available for somebody who's charging less. And if somebody charges less and delivers the same product, he is going to be out of business. But if people still go, that means that he provides a particular set of values to people. There's some value that he's providing that people are paid for, either him himself or his presence or whatever it is. Getting upset about it doesn't make any sense. Just don't go. I don't know what else he does with his money. Maybe he's very generous and he donates a lot of money. I don't know. I just don't know enough about it. Gotta figure out how to make the money. There you go. Let's manifest, baby. Okay, so anybody wants to step up and have a back and forth about something they might disagree on? It can be TikTok, can be Discord. You'll find me on Discord. I think there's a few takers here. Feel free to come on, guys. The conversation is always of a friendly flavor, so please come on. Trying to look through all the comments back. Refraining from judgment can be one of our most challenging tasks. Amen. That is very difficult, I agree. What is the latest thing in Symbolis? What is Symbolis? I don't even know what that is. Obi. Yes, then true, but you always have enough rich idiots. Example, Scientology. They charge even 10x. No, I hear you, but then just don't worry about it. It's like, what? You know how many things are you can be upset about? Just don't worry about it. Oh, the symbols in reflected light. So far, no big breakthroughs. Yep, a lot of bigger fish to fry. Exactly. Judgment versus discernment. That's a really good dichotomy for sure. See, in the end of the day, it's all about what kind of world you want to execute yourself into. What's up, Yoni? Good to see you. You have any fun subjects to bring up? Wait, what happened to my did I close Discord? I did. Let's see. By the way, check this this new logo that ChatGPT randomly spewed yesterday, and I thought it was dope. And I asked a bunch of people who know design, and they said, "Dude, that's what's up." I'm gonna put it on. Sorry, I have to go kind of like around. There you go. Because I know quite a few people that said that they're kind of meh about our new logo. But this is okay. So this is should I put this? General? Yeah, general chat is good. Where can I find it? Let's see if I can put it here. All right, check this out. I'm putting it on chat, in general chat. Boom. And obviously this is just like a sketch because it's Chat GPT, but I think it's dope. And it's exactly what we see in the laser. So I'm gonna clean this up and make it our thing. Oh. Sorry, Chris. Wait, why is it putting me here? General chat. I thought it says general chat. Oh, it's general chat with you. Okay. Code chat, the protocol, creator corner, maybe? There you go. Creator corner. Boom. That's a good one. Okay, it's in creator corner on can you guys see it or no? Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. There you go. Now it's in. I think now it's in. it needed me to type something before I put the thing. Do you see it now, Ebony? In on Discord, in our chat, in Creator Corner in our Discord, which gives everybody a good opportunity to go and check out our Discord. Everything is simply a continuation of this dream. It will only end when you realize there is no end. Every thought is simply a continuation of dream. All right. Let me put it this way, Rotten Pumpkins. Nothing is simply anything. How's that? Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. You like it because it's black and red? That's the only reason you like it? That's not good enough. Justin from X. Always nice to get a comment from X or from Twitch. I hear a lot of judgment coming regarding people with wealth, which typically is a reflection of one's own belief that they can not have the same level of abundance for themselves. If you have these judgments, reflect inward, dissolve your own limited beliefs, which prevent your own abundance. Short response to all of this is yeah. I mean, basically. Yeah, the shirt will be coming up. Is TikTok enlightened already a term? Because if not, it should be. It's beautifully simple. Love it. Is it possible to communicate with aliens through the mind? Yes. I would say it's the only way to communicate with aliens currently. Yep. Oh man, I got every time I gotta look away, I don't see the I gotta come up with a better system. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the general chat. For the Zoom meeting tomorrow, had a previous engagement that I got online for helping Brandon's YouTube channel, but it will switch over and join you all after you're done. Amazing, Ebony. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I remember you saying that Fridays are problematic for you, but this week I simply had no other days. And if I'm not going to go do it this week, I'm not going to do it at all this month. So, what's up, Diego? Thank you for letting me know, Ebony. And what is this part? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Boom, boom. Oi. So interesting. Ooh, Casey's in the house. How you doing, brother? I haven't seen you in forever. I'll pop in when I'm free. You wanted to hear about my experience in the space being less spiritual since seeing the code due to the same interference. Yeah, I would love to know about that. And Casey would love to hear that Ebony was just thinking about you. Thank you, Guru. Appreciate you. Recently started BJJ. Any tips? Protect your ankles. Good luck with that. Where in the country? Thank you for the gift, brother. So good to see you. K Doc is in the house. Oh, you know what I can try and do? Actually, Chris, let me see. Let's see. I go to waiting for the stage to start. Okay, we'll join both now. Oh, okay, just gotta be bouncing from it. If you want to click a stage in the next, okay, just reading early text, Chris. Got it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's easy enough. So we should do this next time. Have some shared about the consoles and angels. Well, come on, man. Hey, man. Wait, let me turn it up. How you doing, brother? Good. Oh, I forgot that we're on the mic. So let me ask YouTubers: do you guys hear when Casey is talking? Say something. Can you guys hear it, or is that too far? Ooh, the birds! I love the birds, man. Can you guys hear this, or do I need to get the? Okay, so they can't hear you. Okay, hold on. Yeah, not okay. Hold on. Say something now. Hi, how's it going? Can you guys hear it now? Oh man, that sucks. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna have to just for this. I'm gonna have to disconnect the mic. So my deep voice is gonna go away. No, you can't hear. Okay, they can't hear me. So I have to connect this back, and then I just have to tell them what you say. There's no other way. Okay, so
I think they'll be able to get it from what you're saying in response.
yeah. Okay, let me see. Audio. Wait, now you guys can hear it?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Maybe because it started with that in. Now it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think you're not hearing it from the mic. So can you guys hear Casey say something?
Hi, how's it going, guys?
Let's see what they say. There's a bit of a hiatus. We can hear now. Perfect. Okay, so it's weird because I started the live without the mic. I guess I just have to change it.
It's probably better this way anyway, so I'll reframe my question. So my question was, did Gallimore see the code? Your answer was no, because he's got to stay away from all that stuff while he's doing this thing. And to which I will add, that makes sense because I think it's more important for people to ingest whatever is in his book to get to the level they need to be to understand what we're talking about with the code in general anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So keep the spotlight on his book, and when he's done, hopefully he'll take a look at the code, right?
Yeah, and again, I know he didn't see it. It's pretty clear to me. I mean, no is a strong word because I don't know for sure, but it seems to me like he didn't. And we had a really good conversation. I'm very excited about both about the podcast and about the conversation that we did in full for the movie. And after the movie is out, we're also going to release that conversation in full because we all agreed it was a really great conversation. So,
yeah, and I've always seen the code and his work as being, what is it? Two parts of the same thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Like I say, like people need to understand how the brain works in order to get to the point where they're going to understand what the code is doing in general. Because not everybody's at the same level you are as far as understanding. You know what I mean?
Well, that made me feel very special.
Well, you are very special. Yeah.
So, what did you want to talk about the console?
Oh, so you know, when the fact that you have a console makes me want to have a console because the console sounds so cool, right?
It is very cool, yeah.
And then I happened to hear you mention somebody say that after looking at the code, things weren't so spiritual anymore.
Ebony said that, yeah.
But I'll tell you, this other night, first console experience, eyes open, wide awake, bubbles come down, bubbles turn to giant technological feathers, circle me, and then all console. And
whoa.
Then, let's do this again.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's amazing. Okay, did you see it again?
Yeah, 17 times.
Whoa, so now you have a console with feathers. Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, it's super cool.
Wow.
Although I will add that after the 17th time, on the 18th round, I was like, one more. And this time it turned into these little white wispy things. And when they got close enough, they were like these black bats attracted like moths to a light. And I'm like, okay, I think I've overdone it.
Yeah. So, it does happen that all of a sudden it takes a dark turn all of a sudden. Wow. Totally. Well, I'm glad that you have it, man. Now you get to explore it and tell me if you can figure something out that I couldn't. I can't see the console with the 5, but the 5 presents information to me that it seems to be very console-like. So there's like this holographic, iridescent content. However, However, it's not like as well formulated as the console. It just kind of like hovers, all kinds of constructs that kind of move around. So, but we'll see. Maybe, huh?
You say sunspots?
Constructs.
Oh, constructs.
Constructs. Yeah. Strange things, but we did some studies with the Stuart's right hand guy with Sterling. He's amazing, and he pulled some data, and I know they were presenting that data from my brain when I was on the 5, and that was kind of interesting because there's some really interesting developments. We'll see if we can analyze this data deeper.
Yeah, and it would be great to get some like eye tracker going on while that's being done too, so you can track where you're actually looking at if you're looking at something, to add to it.
That's a really good, but that wasn't in the console. The what?
I like that little random TikTok that kind of came up on my TikTok thread with a guy talking about the observer effect in the code. It's been a series of them that keep going deeper and deeper into it.
Oh, send me all of them. Yeah, no, it's definitely the frame that we were working through, basically. So that there's something about the wave that you're still on the general wave versus just the the one channel wave or the collapse of the wave function. So that was already in the forefront of our thoughts.
Yeah, it's got something like from experiment with the toroid, 2D toroid, and then it's got something to do with a previously undiscovered, invisible, unperceived layer of reality that's going on.
And there's this study that came out recently, maybe in a year and a half ago or something, in which they discovered that the brain maps reality as a torus, like all the all the neurons kind of like creating this vector map that seems to be mapping out a torus. So that's interesting. So it's like everything is like a torus, like you're in the middle of it, so you're the hole in the donut, and everything is around you like this. So you can't really see outside of it because you're literally, no matter where you look, you're looking inside the torus.
Yeah, and I remember once GPT, I think it sent you a text. It's just like GPT was waxing poetically about what's going on. But I liked what it said, that we could be looking at the debugging code of the universe. The fact that we're seeing it means we're affecting it, and that's pretty cool.
The error correcting code, the adinkra, and all that good stuff. Visual representation of what you're seeing internally by possibly rendering a visual representation of what you're seeing internally. Well, in the sense that it's pre-buffer, like pre-buffing what you're saying, it might be yes.
I had a funny experience the other night where somebody was trying to tell me they knew more about the space than me because they know a guy that's discovered the laser code.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
I missed it. He was trying to explain to me he knew more about the space than I did because I didn't even know about the fact you can use a laser to see this matrix code. I was like, really?
Who told you this?
Some guy.
Just random guy?
Oh, it's like, some friend, friend, husband of old friends, whatever.
That's weird. Wait, did you tell him that you were one of our head subjects? Why not?
Well, I mean,
let him wallow.
Let him steal it. It's classic. I was like, oh god.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny.
That is pretty funny. I haven't seen it yet. Get cube interaction with cube thing. Wait.
I gotta get back to work on our booth, but I'll see you tomorrow for the meeting.
All right, brother.
That's cool. All right, you're the best.
See you. You too. Bye.
See you. Thanks.
Okay, so why is it random that you hear? What does that mean? Good to see you too, RG. What brings about the console? I have no idea. It just kind of appeared one day. Yeah, I would love to hear more about Ebony or how it's less spiritual for you. I would kind of offset that channel presentation of what you're seeing internally. So we got that. Attunement is a good word. What's up, Josh? Good to see you. Hold on. Are we back? All right. Well, good night, Paul. Cleared via attunement in the space, aligning frequency and space. You mean about the console? I highly doubt it. I don't think they. I think they change it kind of like they choose to do it that way. Or if you mean like they attuned me, but I definitely don't feel like I did extra work to do that. Can't claim anything like this. Good night, Sierra. Um. Okay. Well, listen. If nobody wants to come on today, I think today it was a good. It's a good time to call it a night. It was relatively short today. Well, it's an hour. It's okay. Sometimes we just go on very, very chill chats, and today was one of them. So I appreciate everybody who showed up. Thank you so much, Evil Icon. I love the beach. If you want to follow me across platforms, you'll be Danny Goller on TikTok and Instagram. It'll be Goller Danny on X. You'll be LaserX83 on Twitch and Dango Thoughts on YouTube. DANGO Thoughts on YouTube. Come join our Discord. We have an incredible community. The link to our Discord you can find in the link tree on TikTok and on YouTube. And come check out our website, codeofreality.com, which has our merch and lasers and soon various updates about the new stuff about the project. Come join the membership program on YouTube on Dango Thoughts, DANGO Thoughts. The members program gives you access to weekly lives aside from the daily lives. They're happening every Sunday, in which we dive much deeper into subjects, watch all kinds of videos, enjoy deeper conversations, and each other's company. Early access to all my content I'm putting out in terms of the podcast and all of that good stuff. Private things from my life that exists nowhere else but on YouTube members. And if you sign up from the second tier on the members program and up, you get access to our Zoom meetings. And tomorrow there's one on Friday. And that's a really fun one because we get to actually chat back and forth. And it's a really fun and engaging conversation. If you do happen to sign up to the second tier membership, please make sure to email me to lasersimulationx@gmail.com, lasersimulationx@gmail.com, and let me know that you signed up from the second tier and up so I can send you an invite for tomorrow's Zoom call. Have you introduced the code to any AI system? I mean, you can't really mimic it. Thank you for the question, Sideway, but unless you can record it exactly, I don't know how that's possible. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for our incredible moderators, Ebony and Chris and Guru and Jessica. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Come join our Discord group. Those are moderators there as well. And thank you so much for all the community members, old and new. I always appreciate the people that are showing up on a regular basis, and also all the new people that came along. Yoni, Evil Icon, all the regulars. Freeman, how are you? Good to see you today. Guru, I mentioned you, of course, right? Brandon, Sideway, Evil Icon, of course. Rose, such a pleasure. Who else is with us here? Well, anyways, if I didn't mention you, know that you're still seeing Casey, the one and only, Rotten Pumpkins, Kirsten, if you're still here. Kirsten's a good friend. Okay. Appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Peace and love. Ciao. Have a good night, guys.